Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my current reads. I'm doing the September challenge just to kind of help me like slow down, use technology less, all that stuff. And one of the parts of my challenge is to only read physical books because I usually listen to audiobooks. So I did have to go to the library because of that, because I had already started an audiobook and then I decided to do this challenge, and thankfully I found it at the library. But I'm going to show you guys my current reads. Before I show you that, I just wanted to share this with you. Have you guys had this before? It's Madagascar vanilla tea. I think it's great. My mom tried it and she said that it didn't really, well, I don't think she said that it didn't really taste like anything, but it was like anticlimactic. She really didn't care. But I don't know, it's really good. You do need to add, like, in my opinion, you need to add like a little bit of honey to actually extract the flavor from the tea. But yeah, I'm like really on this right now, wanting to drink it every day. It only has like two ingredients. It's rooibos, or I'll just put it on the screen because I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's this plant that's commonly used in South Africa for non-caffeinated teas. It's literally just that and like a vanilla flavor and dried vanilla beans. But it's really good. I can't explain what it tastes like. Like when I drink it, I don't know what it tastes like. I just like it. But on the back, it says that it has a slightly nutty flavor and offers hints of cherry and toffee. So I don't know. You guys should try it if you see it at your like grocery store. Let me go ahead and share with you guys my current read. So first, I'll show, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to show this one first. This I did not get from the library. I already had it. And I rated this 3.5 stars a while ago. But I'm slowly rereading it now because, I don't know, as you get older or just in different seasons of your life, the way that you perceive certain things changes. So I kind of want to see if my mindset changes, because as I was reading it, I was thinking this actually is a good book. I was just surprised by all of the things that were happening in it. It's not what I expected based on the title, or even reading the back of the book. I didn't expect it. So I am slowly reading through this, but it's not the book that I'm focused on right now, because I did get some books from the library and I have to finish, well, not have to, but I want to finish those by the due date. Oops. I also got a DVD from the library. I picked up Enchanted. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's an old movie at this point. They have a second movie too. I forget what it's called, but I watched that one too. I like this movie. I just think it's hilarious. The movie is really funny, and it's just, basically a spin on classic fairy tales. There are some innuendos and like some small, well, for me, like small things in there that are not appropriate, but it's definitely, in my opinion, not an inappropriate movie, if that makes sense. But everybody has different sensitivities, but I was really happy when I saw that. It's kind of nostalgic for me, I think. And then you guys already know that I love, 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 love the Elm Creek Quilt series. I really want more people to read it. I actually texted two of my friends about it yesterday because no one that I know reads the series, and it's a really good series. And I think if you guys remember the other video that I made a little while back with my sister, we did a book swap, which I still haven't read the books that she gave me, but I gave her the Cross Country Quilters. And I think it's, the quilting aspect can be off-putting if you're not into quilting. It can sound really boring, but it's really not about quilting. I don't know how to explain it. It's domestic fiction. It's about the lives of women. There's a lot of historical aspects built in there, but it's really just about women's lives, and they all happen to be quilters, so that is a part of their story. But I just really want people to read that series so that I can have more people to talk with about it. But I'm on book 16. There's a couple books that I've skipped that I will probably come back to later on in life. But right now I'm reading The Aloha Quilt by Jennifer Shiverini. It's good. I was surprised when I read the summary. I didn't think I would be that interested in it because it's about a character that I never paid that much attention to. She's not a side character per se. She's part of the original group of Elm Creek quilters that helped to build the business and stuff. But I just never thought too much about her story. But this book is really good. In this book, she's going through the process of a divorce. If you read the previous books, then you would know why she's getting a divorce. But she's basically having some struggles with that. And she's in Hawaii helping her friend start her own quilt camp. So you get to learn some history and stuff about Hawaii. There is a love interest in this. I called that before they even fully introduced the character. I knew that that was going to be the love interest. And their storyline is pretty cute, I think. I like their relationship. But obviously, the point that I'm at in the story, she's not divorced yet. So I'm like, plots like that are kind of conflicting for me, at least. But yeah, it's a really, really, really good book so far. I also picked up this next book. It's a nonfiction. I'm trying to get into reading nonfiction. I don't read nonfiction books as quickly as I read fiction, but it doesn't matter because it's not a race. And I do want to say, watching like a lot of BookTube, I love BookTube. I love the videos. I'm not saying like don't watch them. I watch them, But sometimes I just feel like I end up kind of formulating what I'm going to read based on the videos that I'm going to make. And some people do that, and that's totally fine. But as for myself, I really just want to read just to read. And then as I'm reading, I can come and share it. But I don't necessarily want to read a book so that I can make a video. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this book seems very interesting, and also it seems like an easy read in terms of the formatting. But it is a nonfiction book, and it's called The Ghost in My Brain. It's basically about this man who had a concussion. I think he got into a car accident or something. And he has this concussion, and it's like messing with his brain, but then I guess he ends up talking to different scientists and stuff, and he basically learns about brain plasticity. I did not do that summary justice, so I'm just going to read part of it on the inside of the book. It says, on fall day in 1999, Professor Clark Elliott was on his way to give a lecture when his car was rear-ended. The impact slammed his head back, then flung it forward. Shaken up, but without any noticeable injuries, Elliott surveyed the damage to his car, spoke to EMTs called to the scene, then continued on his drive to the DePaul University campus where he teaches. He went through the motions, but something was off. His mind felt foggy, and he couldn't find his car after class. Later, he had great difficulty getting from his car to his front door. It would take 4 more days for Elliott to receive a diagnosis, concussion. Like the many millions who have suffered concussions, Elliott was told there was nothing much that could be done to help him recover from his traumatic brain injury. Learn to live with your symptoms, the doctor said. As a scientist in the field of artificial intelligence, Elliott was intrigued by the effects of his brain trauma. At a glance, he might have looked fine, perhaps a little odd at closer inspection, but under the hood, severe cognitive impairments affected all aspects of his daily life. At times, he couldn't walk across a room or even name his 5 children. Remarkably, Eliot kept detailed notes throughout his experience, an astonishing 1,200 pages of documentation that are the basis of this fascinating book. After 8 years, the cognitive demands of his job and of being a parent finally became more than he could manage. In one final effort to hold on to his life, Eliot crossed paths with 2 brilliant Chicago area researcher clinicians, one an optometrist using neurodevelopmental techniques, the other a cognitive restructuring specialist working on the leading edge of brain plasticity. So yeah, it's like very interesting. I'm excited to read this. I'll probably finish the Aloha quilt, I don't know, a couple days a week. It depends on how busy I get. I do have other things going on, but I'm really, really looking forward to reading that. So that's all I got from the library was that DVD and these 2 books. Oops. These 2 books. Okay. And then this is the last book that I started reading it, and it's basically like a workbook. I started reading it and then I stopped for a little bit, and I think I'm going to get back into it. It is a hard read. So this is the expanded edition. It includes a journal and study guide. It's by Jackie Kindle and Debbie Jones, and it's called Lady in Waiting, Becoming God's Best While Waiting for Mr. Right. My friend was like moving, or she moved, and she was getting rid of all of these books, so she let me look through her box, and this happened to be in there. I feel like this is a book that I would never pick up, but for some reason I did. And the title, like Becoming God's Best While Waiting for Mr. Right, not the title, sorry, the little description. I mean, I thought it was going to be pretty corny. I don't want to say I don't know why I picked it up, but I just definitely thought it was going to be something corny. I was like, I've kind of seen a lot of like marriage or like dating or relationship books, and I think in the video that I made on single and waiting, I mentioned the importance of like, if God puts like a book like this on your heart, you should definitely read it, but it's important to get the source of our like understanding on dating and relationships straight from the Bible. But I was wrong. This is not a cookie cutter book. It's not corny. It's very straightforward. I read it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I get convicted and it hurts a little bit. So I wanted to, let me see if I can find it, because I haven't even gotten to this point in the book, but I was flipping through it one day and I read something and I was like, oh my gosh. So I want to read it to you guys. Hold on. Okay, there's 2 things that I want to read. So I guess at the end of the book, they have stuff like this where it's almost like a devotional kind of, and then you write your own meditations on it. But this one, it's titled Pre-Romantic Stress Disorder. You have just returned from a great singles retreat where you once again surrendered your frustration as a single in exchange for God's peace and contentment. As you listen to your answering machine, you hear a servant voice. The most sought-after bachelor you know asks you for a date next weekend. Do you remain calm and give your expectations to the Lord, or do you jump back in your car and head to the mall to register your china and look at some wedding gowns? Would the prospect of a date with the most eligible bachelor in town cause you to experience the pre-romantic stress disorder, or would you surrender your expectations to Jesus? I mean, I'm just like, I feel like this book, it's really good because of the questions that it asks you. Like, it asks you really hard questions, and it gives you really meaningful activities just to examine your own heart. And I think it is a good book whether you're like single and you really want to be married, or you're like not even thinking about it. I feel like it's just a good book in general to go over some of those basic things, but it also talks about like really, I don't know, just really real and raw things. But what I initially wanted to read to you guys, it's in the chapter on Lady of Security. And where is it? Oh, and I don't know if you guys have read anything by Elizabeth Elliot, but she's very like straightforward. So when I saw her name, it's not written by her, but when I saw her name in this chapter, I was like, okay, yeah. Oh, can I just say another thing that they mentioned that was really good is, let me find it. Insecure females all too often deceive themselves into thinking that because they do so much for a particular young man, they will surely win his love. Wrong. It is easy for a man, whether he is young or old, to let a woman sacrifice for him. Why? Most men are used to the sacrifices of a woman. Good old mom has been sacrificing for him since the womb. I was like, that one hurt a little bit. It hurt a little bit, but it was good. And then it says, sure, the young man will say thanks, but young men do not marry their mothers. When a woman does something really nice for a certain guy, he usually does not spend the rest of the day thinking about her unselfish service he may be accustomed to receiving. The woman may begin to feel used. The reason I thought that was so interesting is because I'm learning more and more how women just think differently than men. It's not, a bad thing or anything like that. It's just that we do think differently. I feel like these are just my thoughts, but I feel like when a guy does something nice for a girl, like we will spend a lot of our day thinking about it when there could be no, it's almost like we think that there's like these hidden meanings in things, but there's not. There very well could be, but I also feel like a lot of times it's not. And then I do agree with this where it's like we do something nice for a guy and it's like we may want them to be like thinking about that, but they're probably just like living their life and going on about their day. Not even because they don't like you, but again, just because women and men do think differently and we're like wired differently. And then the other thing I liked, it says, Elizabeth Elliot says she is often asked the question, what can I do to get him to notice me? Note carefully the advice she gives. My answer is nothing. That is nothing toward the man. Don't call him, don't write a little note with a smiley face or a flower or fish under the signature and put it in his campus mailbox. Don't slide up to him in the hall and gasp, I've just got to talk to you. Don't look woe begone. This book is old. Sorry, let me just pause. I had to look up what woe begone, if I'm even pronouncing that right, means. I don't know when this book was written, but obviously in terms of like situations, like how they're explaining stuff, it's old. But it just means like looking really sad, I guess. Don't ignore him, don't pursue him, don't do him favors, don't talk about him to 9 carefully selected listeners. There is one thing you can do. Turn the whole business over to God. If he's the man God has for you, no good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. Psalm 84, verse 11. Direct your energies to obedience, not to nailing the man. God has his own methods of getting the two of you together. He doesn't need any help or advice from you. So, yeah, that's Elizabeth Elliot for you. Gotta love her. I just wanted to share that with you. It's one of those books that I'm like, it's not easy for me to just like read through and answer the questions. It's very meaningful, so I think that it will be a very slow read for me. Like, I'm not sure if I can really read it every day because it's a lot to take in and like stuff that you may want to meditate on. Again, I'm just sharing a book and I'm just sharing my own opinions when it comes to that. So please don't like take it and run with it. You should really seek the Lord out for that stuff. I'm just throwing that huge like disclaimer out there so that you guys never think that I'm necessarily trying to give you like relationship advice, because I'm just not. I'm not the expert in that area, so to speak. I can tell you like what the Bible says on different things, but yeah, you should definitely seek the Lord in that area and in all areas. But that's it. That's all that I wanted to show you guys. And yeah, I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.